Ever see your cat suddenly race around the house at full speed and think, "What just happened?" You're definitely not alone, and it's actually more common than you might think. If you've ever watched your cat tear through the living room like they've just spotted something terrifying, you've probably wondered if they're just being weird or if something's wrong. Well, here's the thing. This behavior, often called the Zoomies, is totally normal. But why does it happen? You're relaxing on the couch, enjoying a quiet moment, when suddenly your cat bursts into a sprint, crashing into the furniture like they're in a race. It's not a mistake, and it's not just random energy either. There's actually a reason behind it. And no, it's not because they've lost their mind. This is something that goes back to their wild ancestors, a natural instinct that's been passed down through generations. So, before you start worrying, remember that your cat's unexpected burst of speed isn't a sign of trouble. In fact, it's a completely healthy part of their behavior. Let's dive into why your cat goes from calm to full speed mode in the blink of an eye. If you've ever watched your cat race around your house, you've probably wondered what's going on. While it might seem random, there's actually a reason behind those speedy runs. You know the moment. 1 minute, they're resting beside you, calmly purring, and the next, they're tearing through the room like they've found something amazing. It can leave you thinking, is something wrong with my cat? Here's the good news. It's perfectly normal for cats to suddenly burst into these high-energy sprints. This behavior goes way back to their wild ancestors. But why does it happen? And should you be concerned when it does? In today's video, we're going to explain it all. We'll explore why cats do this, what causes these bursts of energy, and share some tips on how to handle it. Whether you've owned cats for years or are new to the world of feline care, understanding these moments can help you feel more confident about your cat's health and happiness. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more cat behavior tips. Let's get started. It's 2 and your cat has decided that it's time for a sprinting session, knocking over everything in sight. You're sound asleep when suddenly, crash! Your favorite vase falls to the floor, followed by your cat zooming across the room like they're on a mission. Half asleep, you're left wondering, what just happened? And of course, your first thoughts might be, is my cat okay? Or did I do something wrong? It's frustrating, right? You might think this is just one of those random cat behaviors, but when it happens in the middle of the night, when you're least expecting it, it can feel like it came out of nowhere. You might wonder, is this a sign of trouble? Is your cat stressed, sick, or is there something else going on? It's totally understandable to feel confused. As cat owners, we're used to the gentle purring, the slow blinks, the occasional meow. But these sudden, high-speed bursts of energy can be a bit alarming. This isn't your cat just stretching lazily or playing with a toy. This is a full-throttle sprint that could knock anything over in its path. What makes it even more frustrating is how unpredictable it can be. 1 minute, your cat is peacefully curled up next to you, calm and content. The next, they're a blur of fur, racing through the house like a tiny hurricane. It's easy to think that maybe your cat's losing it, especially when it happens several times a day or every night. You might wonder, should I be worried? But here's the good news. This behavior, while surprising, is actually quite normal. It's just your cat following their instincts. Knowing why your cat does this and how to handle it can help you better understand their needs. So let's dig into what's really happening when your cat has those zoomy moments and how you can manage them without pulling your hair out. So, why do cats suddenly start running around like crazy? The answer lies in their instincts. Even our domestic cats, who no longer need to hunt for food, still carry the same behaviors as their wild ancestors. In the wild, cats burn a lot of energy through activities like stalking, pouncing, and chasing prey. They rely on short, intense bursts of speed to catch their food, and once they've hunted successfully, they rest to recharge. This need for quick energy release is deeply ingrained in their biology, which is why you might see your cat dart across the room unexpectedly, It's simply their way of releasing built-up energy. Although your indoor cat doesn't have to hunt for food, they still have these instincts. They're naturally wired to run, jump, and pounce. When they don't have a proper outlet to release this energy, they end up having spontaneous zoomies. Think of it as a mimicry of hunting behavior, even when there's no prey involved. After lounging around, napping, or just relaxing, their body signals it's time to stretch, get moving, and release all that pent-up energy. But the need for energy release isn't just physical. Cats also need mental stimulation. In the wild, they're constantly using their brains to track and hunt prey. Without enough mental challenges, they can become bored, which often leads to more zoomies. Boredom plays a huge role. If your cat isn't mentally stimulated, they'll find their own way to stay entertained, and it usually involves tearing through the house at top speed. That's where you, as the cat owner, can step in. If your cat isn't getting enough activity or playtime, they'll fill that void with zoomies. Offering them toys, interactive play, and activities like laser chases, puzzle feeders, or even simple games can help burn off excess energy in a controlled way. So when your cat goes into full speed mode, don't panic. They're just following their natural instincts, and it's a sign they're feeling healthy and energetic, even if it's ever move furniture or change something in your home? That could be why your cat suddenly turns into a mini race car. It might seem like your cat's just being dramatic or unpredictable, but in reality, they could be reacting to something in their environment that's changed. Cats are incredibly sensitive to their surroundings. New scents, sounds, and even a shift in routine can trigger all sorts of behaviors, including the zoomies. Consider this. When you rearrange furniture or bring in new items, your cat might be overwhelmed by all the unfamiliar sights and smells. Cats have an extraordinary sense of smell, and even a slight change, like a new rug or the scent of a neighbor's cat drifting in through the window, can send them into overdrive. They might feel the need to explore, investigate, and reestablish their territory. The zoomies could be their way of saying, "Wait a minute, I need to check this out." And they do so by running around and sniffing everything in sight. Changes in routine can have a similar effect. Cats are creatures of habit, and any deviation from their regular schedule can lead to confusion or stress. If you've been away more than usual, or if you've changed the time you feed them, your cat might feel anxious. This could lead to bursts of energy as they attempt to release that tension. It's almost like their way of processing everything that feels off in their world. Even sounds can trigger this behavior. A new noise, whether it's a vacuum running or a loud car passing by, might throw your cat off balance. Cats are naturally attuned to their environment, and sometimes they need to run around to relieve the stress that comes with unexpected changes. So, it's not always about pent-up energy. Often, it's about how your cat is reacting to alterations in their environment, which can manifest as a zoomy session. If you notice your cat getting extra zoomy after moving things around, it's just their way of adjusting. While it might seem chaotic, it's actually a sign that your cat is processing their environment and staying true to their instinctual need to explore and secure their space. Keeping your cat's routine as predictable as possible can help ease these reactions. Those two zoomies? Yep, that's because your cat's natural instincts are pushing them to be active at those hours. Cats are crepuscular creatures, which means they're naturally most active during twilight, dawn, and dusk. This behavior dates back to their wild ancestors, who hunted at these times when prey, like rodents, were also most active. Even though your cat is no longer hunting for food, this instinctual rhythm is still very much a part of them. So, when your cat suddenly goes into full zoom mode in the middle of the night or early morning, they're simply following their biological clock. It's not that they're trying to annoy you or keep you awake. These bursts of energy are their way of staying in sync with their natural hunting instincts. You'll often see your cat running around at night, stalking imaginary prey or playing with their toys at odd hours. If your cat's zoomies are happening at inconvenient times, it's helpful to understand this natural rhythm. They're not being difficult. They're just following their internal clock. However, with a few adjustments, Like engaging your cat in more play during the day, you can help make those late-night zoomies a little more manageable. Climax key moment, 400 words. So let's dive into the science behind the zoomies. You might be wondering, why do these sudden bursts of energy happen at all? Well, it's all about biology. Cats, both wild and domestic, have a natural fight or flight response built into their DNA. When they feel a surge of adrenaline, it triggers that burst of energy we see during zoomies. But it's not just random. It's part of a deeply ingrained survival instinct. In the wild, a cat's survival depends on how quickly they can react to threats, catch prey, or escape danger. That fight, or flight response kicks in when they sense a potential predator or need to go after prey. This results in a sudden surge of energy, helping them spring into action. The same thing happens with your domestic cat. Even though they're no longer hunting for food, their body still reacts to stress or excitement by releasing energy in short, explosive bursts. Now you might think, but my cat isn't in danger. Why do they get this energy surge at random? The answer is simple. Even in a safe, indoor environment, your cat's body still responds to their surroundings. When they're excited, overstimulated, or just waking up from a nap, their body releases adrenaline as part of that fight or flight response. And that's what leads to the zoomies. It's their natural instinct kicking in, just like it would for a wildcat about to hunt. Think about how wildcats use this energy. They need bursts of activity to chase prey. Domestic cats may not need to hunt, but they still carry that instinct. If they don't get enough physical and mental stimulation, they channel all that pent-up energy into a high-speed sprint across the room. This is why the zoomies are such a fascinating display of your cat's inner workings. It's not a sign of madness or stress. It's simply your cat tapping into their ancient instincts to release energy. Understanding this biological factor helps explain why these high-speed moments are so common, no matter where your cat lives. Now that we understand why cats get those sudden bursts of energy, you might be wondering, what can you do about it? The good news is that you can actually manage those zoomies with a little planning and effort. The key is to give your cat plenty of opportunities to burn off energy in a more controlled way. The first step is to increase playtime. Interactive toys are one of the best ways to help your cat release pent-up energy before it turns into a full-on sprint through the house. Toys like laser pointers, feather wands, or motion-activated toys can get your cat moving and engaged. These toys mimic the hunting behaviors that your cat's instincts crave, helping them stay both physically and mentally satisfied. A cat tunnel can also be a great option. It's inexpensive and offers your cat a space to explore, which helps redirect their energy in a fun way. But it's not just about physical play. Mental stimulation is just as important for your cat. Puzzle feeders are a fantastic tool to keep your cat's brain active while slowing down their eating. These feeders challenge your cat to work for their food, engaging their natural hunting skills and burning off some of that mental energy. Creating an enriching environment in your home can also make a big difference. Consider adding cat trees, scratching posts, or window perches where your cat can climb, scratch, and observe their surroundings. These additions give your cat a sense of territory and more opportunities to stretch, move around, and engage. If you're consistent with these activities, you'll notice fewer random zoomies and more focused play sessions that are much easier to manage. So, let your cat's instincts guide you, and you'll both enjoy a more peaceful home. So, let's take a moment to recap everything we've learned about those high-speed sprints your cat does. While the zoomies might seem like chaotic bursts of energy, they are, in fact, a completely normal and instinctual behavior for your cat. Whether it's due to the need to burn off excess energy, a reaction to environmental changes, or simply following their natural crepuscular rhythm, there's always a reason behind those crazy moments. We've discovered that cats are hardwired to be hunters, even if they're not hunting for food anymore. Their natural fight, or flight response, paired with the need to release stored energy, is how they let out all that pent-up excitement or stress. And remember, it's not a sign of a problem or misbehavior. It's just your cat being A cat? Those Zoomies are a product of their wild instincts, and in fact, they're doing something totally natural to them. The key to managing these Zoomies is to provide your cat with plenty of physical and mental stimulation. Regular playtime, interactive toys, and even puzzle feeders can help burn off their energy in a healthy and controlled way. And don't forget to enrich their environment. Scratching posts, climbing trees, or even creating more stimulating spaces around the house can keep your cat engaged and prevent random bursts of activity. So, the next time your cat decides to zoom through the house like a blur of fur, don't worry, it's all part of being a cat. By understanding their instincts and needs, you can help channel that energy into more manageable bursts of fun. Keep an eye out for signs of boredom or stress and adjust their routine with more play and mental challenges. With these tips, you can ensure your cat stays happy, healthy, and entertained with fewer chaotic Zoomy moments in your home. Want to learn more about your cat's behavior and how to keep them happy and healthy? Hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on new tips and insights. We're always exploring what makes cats tick, from their quirks to their instincts. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to stay tuned for more content. Also, if you're curious about how to create the perfect playtime routine for your cat, check out our next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, your cat's Zoomies are totally normal. See you in the next one.